Welcome everybody to a Fable Anniversary Let's Play. This is Ditty, of course, and we are going to jump right in. This is probably my favorite game, favorite RPG adventure game of the past two generations, and I'm really excited they finally released this because when I was playing the Xbox version of it, I was really hoping to get achievements for the things that I was doing. So we're actually going to be doing that. So I actually have two games so far. I'm actually going to create a new hero, and we're going to start a new game. I wanted to play the game before I did the walkthrough or the playthrough, just to get a feel for the different changes they made. And initially, what they did is they incorporated the Fable 2 and 3 control scheme, which I'm not used to, and I'm really happy they had the traditional control scheme. So really happy about that. If you've never played Fable before, welcome. If you've never played Fable 1 before, then you are in for a real treat, because I think it is the best Fable out of the series. Played a little bit of Fable 2, didn't really like it. Cutscene.
Deep in the forest of Albion lay the small town of Oakvale, unchanged by time and untouched by the sword. Here lived a boy and his family, a boy dreaming of greatness, of one day being a hero. Sometimes he imagined himself as a noble knight or a powerful wizard. And other times he dreamt he'd be an evil warrior. But in all his dreams of greatness, he could not possibly imagine the power of the destiny that lay before him.
Come on, wake up. Daydreaming again, were you? Just like your mother, mind always wandering. Well, let it wander off to find your sister, will you? She's out playing by the Barrowfields gate. Remember, you haven't given her a birthday present yet. Don't tell me you forgot to get her one. Well, I'm not bailing you out this time, son. I tell you what, I'll give you a gold piece for each good deed you do around Oakvale. That should be enough to buy her a present. Now, get moving and stay out of trouble.
Alright, so what I'm going to do for the very first part is kind of speed through everything and just kind of explain what I'm doing as I'm going along, just because this initial tutorial or introduction to the game can be a little dry. So we're going to turn up the brightness a little bit. Traditional control scheme, turn off the vibration. And sure, we're going to save that. So right now, I'm in Oakvale. This is my hometown, and I need to collect gold pieces for my sister because it's her birthday, so I can buy her chocolates as a present. This little girl needs Rosie, and the way I get gold is my dad will give me gold for each good deed I do. I'm about to do a bad deed, though. This dude is cheating on his wife behind the house, and if I keep his little secret, I'll get a gold piece. So I'm going to do that because I want gold, and even though that's a bad deed, I can immediately redeem myself by doing all the other good deeds in the game. So I actually need to... I'm going to do this one over here. If you've played this game before and you have any pointers or tips, I probably know them, but please let me know down in the comments, because I've played this game a lot, so don't worry. This next good deed is going to be watching this dude's boxes, and then this little brat tries to convince me to break all the barrels. So if you want to do bad deeds. If you want to do bad deeds, you can attack them and find the stuff inside. But I'm just going to do the good deed. Prefer to be smashing things like your face. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can.
Excellent, thanks. I'll let your dad know what a splendid what.
See, that's another good deed. Or that's the first good deed I've done. And then I need to go up here and deal with a bully. So this is how you learn how to fight. So I just beat the crap out of that dude. Yep.
Here, I'll let you look after Rosie.
And there's a little teddy bear the girl lost. Why this kid had it, I have no idea. And then this lady.
Honestly, where's that filthy layabout husband of mine? I run if you found.
Well,
You
yes.
have. Thank you.
Performed a good deed by telling her where her husband is, and this was the guy behind the house, and we're actually gonna watch this because it's quite humorous. Wait for it.
Yo, filthy swine! I ought to chop them right off.
We weren't doing anything, honest.
Don't insult me anymore. My mother was right about you.
We were rehearsing a play. Yeah, that's all it was.
Rehearsing a play. So there we go. So I have enough gold to buy the chocolates. I think I missed one thing, maybe? Did I? I don't remember. Oh well, good enough. Dude has an awesome mustache. Excellent. Oh. Blah blah blah. Got in trouble for keeping a dude's secret. Whatever. So now that I have the chocolates, I can go visit my sister who's playing out by the scarecrow.
Hello, little brother. I
Yes.
knew you were going to bring me chocolates. It's just like my dream.
Just like my dream.
Come on,
That's important.
Let's go home. Mother will be back for my party any minute now. Wait, there's something wrong.
Bandits!
It's really happening. They're here. You've got to hide.
Got one.
Evil had come to Oakvale. Bandits wielding torches and steel, slaying and burning all in their path. Blood-red flames lit the night as the villagers screamed and begged for mercy, and soon their bodies filled the streets. Then the raiders reached the last house, where the boy and his family lived. It was them they had slaughtered so many to find. The father fought to protect his kin, but he was no warrior, and fell mortally wounded. The bandits ripped the house apart, but could not find the boy. Through torture and threats, his mother and sister remained silent, and their furious attackers took them both. From the nearby woods, the boy watched as all he knew was taken away. His whole life was crushed to ashes. He was alone.
So that's pretty unfortunate, right? Everything's burned down, and I'm going to show you guys the beautiful logic of this game. I'm going to walk across a burning wood bridge. That sounds safe, doesn't it?
We must leave. It's not safe here. They're all dead. You don't want to join them, do you? Then give me your hand.
So that was Maze, and he's kind of like the recruiter for the Heroes Guild, which is where I will be next, and that's where I'm going to be trained in to become a hero. And since I just teleported for the first time, I throw up.
Come on.
Whatever. Alright. So, I want to say one thing. Since this is an older game, it's an HD remake, there's going to be a few clunky things about this game, maybe the frame rate or the saving or the loading screens. So just bear with that. I'll try and edit it out as much of that as possible. But
I have a
like there, you just heard the audio glitch. That's gonna happen a couple times throughout the game. So just be aware that it's an older game.
It's time to wake up.
This
You
is
must be
my
roommate.
counterpart,
Shorter
Whisper.
than I expected.
She's gonna become pretty much my rival throughout the game. But this is the Heroes Guild, and again, I'm gonna try and run through this as quick as possible. If you have any questions and confusion, let me know and I'll try to explain it. But this tutorial stuff can get very boring. I do realize that. We are roughly over 10 minutes into the video already, so I just want to kind of run through this whole thing. And this is going to be part one. I need this, and I need... Where's the other one? Where's the other one? It's over here. I'm trying to run through this as quick as possible. Some videos might be longer than others in the series, just know that this one's probably going to be pretty long compared to the others. Okay, I'll explain the apples in a second.
All right, lad.
So this is where we learn how to fight.
Not making much of an impact.
That doesn't do much damage. Give me a weapon. Yay.
Now that's more like it.
Every enemy I kill will give me experience, and I'll explain the experience once we get past the tutorial stages where you can actually see it. But every enemy will drop the green little orbs, and you have to collect those for the experience. So since I know how to fight, I need to go into the woods and... Ooh, there's another apple. Go into the woods and fight some beetles. I really like the combat system in this game. It's very basic and button mashy, but the combos that you can do are pretty entertaining. Once I get more spells or weapons, there's going to be a lot of cool things that I'll be able to do later on in the game. Okay, so right there I had the option of continuing my training, becoming an adolescent or teenager. That just progresses the game, but I want to do a few things beforehand. The apples are for this lady in here who needs to make an apple pie. And
Thank you here.
she gives me a blueberry pie, which is excellent because food will restore my health when I take damage. And I also want to... Alright, so this dude ran to the demon door and back. And I'll explain demon doors once we see them. They're kind of like... They give you tasks, and they hide treasure behind them in like a secret room. So this is a demon door over here. He will give you a riddle or a task to complete in order to pass. And by doing that, you are rewarded with treasure of some kind. There are 30, I believe, throughout the game, and I plan on doing most of them because there are a few weapons behind a couple demon doors that are really good. So, I just needed to beat his time. Simple as that.
That's amazing.
That dude was boasting that he was the fastest runner in the guild, and he was just beaten by a little kid. No big deal. Alright, we're going to speed this up and continue on to adolescence.
The guild was now the boy's life. The memory of the Oakvale flames still scorched his mind, but soon he had no thought other than training, and he became stronger and more agile with every passing year. His days were filled with grueling exercises, the nights with study in the library. Finally, he was ready to become a guild apprentice, just as Maze had foreseen. The real training was about to begin.
Get out of bed, lazy bones.
So now we're teenagers and we are apprentices. And oh, I found a tattoo. Nice. There's a lot of character customization in this game, which is awesome. There's lots of cool armor, and you can tattoo your character. When you become good or evil, there are certain physical appearances that will become altered, which you'll see later on. So again, we're going to try and speed through this as quick as possible. This video is, if you've stuck around so far, thank you for watching. We're going to hopefully have episodes shorter than this in the future. Or if you like the 20-30 minute episodes, then we're going to continue.
You can put that old stick away.
Excellent, I got a real weapon. So now I have to hit Whisper 7 times. Doesn't matter if she blocks it or not. I just have to hit her 7 times, see a counter on the right. Bam.
Now pay attention. What?
He's about to teach me how to block, and Whisper has to hit me 5 times.
I'll hit you next time.
Well done.
That's all wrong, Whisper. You need to practice more.
So
Shame you couldn't see me fight in the arena.
that's Whisper's brother, who's already a hero, and he's just disappointed that a farm boy beat her in the ring. So whatever. He plays a little bit of a part in
Then meet me by
later on in the game.
to continue your training.
So he's just not a random occurrence, but we can explain that a little bit later. So since this is the remake of the TLC, the Lost Chapters edition, they have the Hooded Apprentice outfit, which looks a little cooler. I'm gonna rock it.
Are you ready? Listen to my training with the bow. Get your bow out. Nice aiming. Next, we will learn about the ways of the will. So you can even continue your training. Now you need to find out.
So now I know how to swing a sword and shoot a bow. I'm gonna be graded before we do the magic, just because the guild master takes forever to get by where he is. And by getting graded, I'll earn a prize, which is a new weapon, which I really like. So, okay. I didn't know if she was gonna attack twice or not. A plus. That means I get the katana. Katanas are better than longswords. They deal more damage. They're the same weight, so I can swing them just as quickly. And so now I'm gonna be graded for archery. I didn't do very well when I was training. But that's okay. I know how to do it. We're gonna stand right here. And with the bow, the longer you pull it back, the more damage it does, etc., etc. Oop, I always miss the first couple shots. No worries though. So I got a crossbow. I'm not going to equip that. Even though crossbows do more damage than longbows, I'm not going to use them just because I don't like the way they look or shoot. I prefer the longbow. And I'm not going to use very much archery throughout the game. So the will is actually one of my favorite things in this game. And the mechanic of the will in later Fable games is what turned me off of them. I think the way I understand will in Fable 2 and on is that you have infinite willpower, which to me doesn't make any sense. And I'm doing these in the wrong order. Here we go. So like I said, the will system in this game is amazing. A lot of the will powers are not as boring as lightning, because that's kind of generic, right? There's a lot of cool spells and combos you can do with the spells, which I really enjoy. And once we get into the experience discussion, I will explain the will powers a little bit more in detail. But right now we're waiting for my teacher or professor or grader for my will test like I did the melee and the archery. So. Okay, so the reason I did that so carefully was because I didn't want to hit him with lightning, because then the guards can attack me and kill me, so whatever. The two presents, or I don't know what they're called, awards, prizes I got for that one. The will potion gives me more will mana, basically.
Come on.
And the other one was a resurrection file. You can carry up to 9, and those are basically revives. Whenever I lose all my health, it will immediately revive me in the middle of battle. So those are super useful. But hopefully I can get through the whole game without needing to use one. So we're supposed to kill beetles, but there are bandits in the guild woods, so we need to do that. And I want to use my willpower to get more will experience, which I will explain a little bit more in detail once once we get there.
We did it!
We did it. Right, exactly. Because standing there, just looking at them, is helping. Oh, Whisper. There are a few more quests I can do at the Heroes Guild, and I can technically do those at any time, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on.
The boy mastered the skills quickly, but there was always more to learn. For years, the guild was his home, his school, and his life. But as time passed, his thoughts returned always to the world outside, the life he had lost, the family that had been torn from him. At last, only the final day of tests remained. Success would mark the end of his training. He would receive the guild seal and be free to forge his own destiny. He would become a hero. Before you graduate, there is one final test you must complete. Enter the guild woods and go to the log at the top of the hill. The test will be revealed to you there.
So you guys remember Maze? I have to use all 3 of the hero attributes against Maze, and I will complete the final test. And this will be the last part of part 1 of this walkthrough. I know this is pretty long, but hopefully I edited a lot of the time out, so it shortened it up a bit. So I have to hit him with my sword 3 times, or 7 times, whatever.
Very good.
Whenever my sword glows purple like that, that means I can do a flourish. And a flourish is an unblockable attack. And can also decapitate people, hit multiple enemies.
Come on.
There we go.
Excellent.
So that's just what I did there. Final test complete. Excellent. Thank you for watching so far. That was the introduction and tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the future videos if you plan to stay. And I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun with this game, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next episode. I think we have to run somewhere first. This game has a lot of loading screens, by the way, so just be aware of that. I'll try and talk through them so it's not as boring.
Let the apprentices approach. For many years now, you have worked hard to earn yourselves the title of hero. Today, that apprenticeship ends and you go out into the world to do great deeds. Deeds that will bring you the gratitude of thousands, or strike fear into their hearts. These are dark times. The shadows of Albion are stirring, and strange winds are blowing. Your choices, whether they lead you down the path of good or evil, will change the face of the world. Now, take your guild seals and venture forth.